Hello. For our viewing audience, I am Sarah, she, her, GMing tonight from left to right on the character sheet. Everyone's put their names down. Let's start with Alex. Would you like to introduce yourself briefly?
I would love to. I'm Alex, they, them pronouns. I'm ready for all of the fights. This is going to be amazing. Let's do this.
Lauren?
Is it me? Yeah. This is why I never put my name first on the character sheet. Hey, I'm Lauren. I use she, they pronouns. I couldn't be more excited to play this game. Yeah.
I'm Barry. I use he, him pronouns and hard same.
I'm Brian. I use he, him pronouns and also hard same again.
I'm Patrick. I also use he, him pronouns, and I am excited for bad decisions of all varieties.
I did promise. Fuck. There we go. It is taken care of. All right. So this is my first time GMing for a Gauntlet game. So we are. You guys feel like you have an iffy idea of who your characters are? Enough to introduce them, and then we can go around and do strings and background questions. Cool. Who would like to go first? Does the Queen of Ohio want to go first?
Yeah, the Queen will go. I'm playing Marc-Evan Couron, he, him pronouns. I'm using the Queen playbook. For the click, I've taken a gang that is connected with money and designer drugs. However, I think that after they've gone off to liberal arts college together, they are the Marc-Evan's gang has followed Marc-Evan's lead at becoming accidentally woke, and so Amr and Demi and Tom, who all went to high school with us in Ohio, I'm roboted. Shit.
No, you're fine.
Keep talking.
Roboted. I was roboted for a real long time, right? Yep. Okay. Cool. Yeah, roboting is my designer drug. I will keep an eye on what happens with my stupid cable modem for the next little bit while other people are introducing. So Marc-Evan and his best friends Amr and Demi and Tom all went to college, liberal arts college together, and followed Marc-Evan into becoming accidentally woke, and have done some minor television productions, and are coming back as they've just come off of a what looks like a fairly successful makeover type show that may get picked up. That's what I know so far. What else can I tell you?
That's good for now. We'll come back around.
Cool.
Does the Prince of Ohio want to go next?
Is that me?
You said it was.
Well, that's me, not my character, but okay, fine. I'm playing Ravi Mehta. I'm the neighbor, and so far what I've filled out is that I'm that one who came back and he got hot at some point, and I'm taking all those neighbor moves about how if you're really into someone, you need to try to help them get with other people, because you need to play it cool and not be a dweeb. So I'm just the nice normal one who is super normal and super hot and totally unaware that apparently this is a school full of monsters who want to fight each other or something.
So, keeping in mind that you're now 28-ish, have you changed since high school at all?
I think I'm probably largely the same, except that nobody would have noticed me in high school. So it's like, I think, like, maybe we had a class together. I'm not sure which one, but like, I think you signed my yearbook. I know I signed Have a Nice Summer in yours every year because nobody had anything to say about me. So
Where do you live? Did you stay
I was
or
gonna
move
go, I
away?
escaped Ohio, but oh no, oh no. I probably live in like Toledo. I can't get out of Ohio. Its vortex sucks me in.
But you did leave the small town you grew up in.
For a bigger fake town.
And let's see. Patrick, your picture needs explaining.
um, I'm playing. Let's see. I'm playing Xander, the Bedlam playbook. So what does it say? Pretty boy and dreamy eyes. Um, and Xander is the sort of person that really hasn't particularly changed much over the years. He sort of, left high school, has just sort of wandered through life like lots of lucky sort of connections, and he's gone to weird places and he's lived all over the place, and every time you run into him it's just sort of like the same in jokes and the same sort of conversations you were having before, and within an hour it feels exactly like it did the last time. And he's never really changed in a way that, like, you certainly never think anything odd of it when he's around. Like, maybe weeks later when you're back in the middle of your life, you think about like how weird it must be that this is what he does or is. Like, does he have an address? Like, you're not even quite sure how to call him in between stuff. But he looked a little old for high school then. He looks a little young for almost 30 now. He looks exactly the same.
Are you actually an adult?
um,
Or
I mean,
let me
no.
phrase that as, what did you think adulthood was going to be like in high school? Because you did go to high school and it is 20 years later.
Yeah. Well, I thought it would be basically like this. It would be sort of wandering from one interesting place to another, and people would give me the things that I need. And when I was looking for things, like, it would show up. And whenever I got bored with somewhere, then there'd be a good opportunity to go somewhere more interesting.
So it worked out exactly the way you thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
That is so rare.
I think it's been a longer and a shorter path to here, in that he's never really, like, he's never gained anything along the way. There's never been any permanent gains physically, emotionally, mentally, like all of that. It's just sort of a constant treadmill.
So why come to your high school reunion at all? What drew you back? Or do you just happen to be in the area?
No, I think I wanted to come back. I think it's important to remind some people of, like, where they came from, of what things used to be, and how different that is from what it is now.
Who in
I think it's
particular do you want to
important to
remind?
I don't know. I'd like to hear some about the others because surface glancing, all the options are crueler than the others.
All right. Alex or Darcy?
All right. So instead of making like a deep character with background and ideas, I've made a character who is entirely about fighting people. So I figured I'd go for like the Darcy used to be like the big nerd who is told, you know, the best revenge is living a successful life, but that is nowhere near as fulfilling as it sounds. And so now it's time to like get my vengeance on everyone. So please feel free to have bullied me, currently bully me, and fight me. Let's do it. In terms of like actual job and stuff, I'm figuring like works in IT for some big company. It's like a pretty prestigious job, but you know, it's not fulfilling.
What did you imagine for yourself in high school? What did you think your life was going to be like in 10 years?
Oh, I think I was definitely like imagining being one of the Silicon Valley big names, like going on morning show talks, being like, yes, I sold my company for $20 billion, and now all of my high school friends kneel before me.
So why are you coming to your high school reunion? What is your mindset, I guess, coming back?
I think I've been dragging along a lot of the trauma of those high school years, and this is like me trying to put an end to it.
Okay.
Burn the skeletons in the closet until there's nothing left.
Excellent. And Lauren, how are we saying this?
Oh, Niamh. Or Cerise, which is her stage name.
Stage name?
Yeah. I think Niamh Landry was always the quiet child, probably band kid. I was tossing up like what playbook she would have been during high school, but I think she's a Sasquatch through and through. At high school, it had like massive like pigtails out here that her mother like brushed out and were real poofy, probably with like those like, you know, like the hair tie bubble thingies. Those were super cute. Massive like bang fringe kind of thing, and then just like a constellation of braces. And I think since high school, she probably did that thing of moved to Seattle to be like an indie artist and took on like Cerise as a stage name and is that kind of dorky, quirky, like folky, but like pop pixie kind of aesthetic going on. And I think I think she's kind of returned because she probably had a crush on someone that she didn't realize, and because you never quite escape high school, she still like wants to kind of maybe find closure about that kind of thing, because she definitely wrote one of her like debut songs about the person that she never confessed to at high school, like sort of Avril Lavigne kind of like styles. I think that's kind of who she is. Yeah, Sophia Stephen was with pigtails. I can't play out of type.
And Ravi? Oh no, sorry. You already went. That is everyone, I think. All right, so strings. These are going to be high school things. So this is your life back then and the things that mattered. Let's just go in order this time, left to right. Darcy.
Alrighty, I've got a weird one because it's take 2 strings on your favorite victim. But if the after high school transition is like where the happiness came into it, maybe it could be like take two strings, but on the person who treated you as their favorite victim.
Are you
With that whole
thinking
like
you would have
revenge
been?
angle.
Oh, are you thinking you would have been a different skin in high school, completely different person, or?
I think so, yeah.
Interesting. All right. What do you think you would have been?
Oh, that is a good question. I kind of want to just go for the unicorn because, like, the whole goody two shoes.
Mm-hmm. I have to ask then, what changed? What made you into a person who wants so much?
Well, I mean, like, there was always that hope in high school, right? Like, once I get out of high school, everything will change and I'll be suddenly magical and better. But that never happened.
All right, how do you want to spend this then?
Oh. I kind of want to use the unicorn backstory now, if that is all cool
Okay,
with you.
yeah, totally fine. Do you have it readily available?
I do. It is right in front of me.
Cool.
So
So
first
where
one
do
is someone that someone wants to take something from you. Ask them what. Gain a string on each other. So who wanted to steal something from me in high school?
I mean, I'd always say yes, but I'm going, oh no, what could you have that I would want?
I mean, good grades. What does Darcy even
Yes.
have?
Sure, I think I was like a straight B minus student or something, so I wanted your good grades because then my parents would be proud of me, and then I could get a scholarship, and I could go to Stanford, and I could get out of Ohio, and everything would be awesome.
Oh my goodness,
But
that is so
you were good at
sad.
school, and I wasn't.
Let's do it.
So, since this is the thing you wanted, it wasn't really something you could take. Did you guys study together, or did you try to study together, or was it just
I probably just
longing at a
really
distance?
badly tried to cheat off their tests because
To
they
the
asked,
worst.
and I wanted them.
Oh man. The
Did
whole
you ever
like
get caught?
swapping.
Oh god, academic honesty is a whole thing too, which
Oh
means
no,
that
did
you
I
could
get
have.
caught?
No, did you get Darcy caught? Did you get Darcy
And
embroiled?
that whole like
in,
I turned
did
in
you
a paper that had the
plagiarize
exact.
off of an essay?
Yeah, we had the exact same points. The teacher was like, "My goodness, I can't believe that you both turned in the same essay." And I don't know, maybe you got caught in the fallout too. Like they couldn't decide which of us had the original, or
Definitely. I'm 100% there.
Did that change? That I imagine that significantly changed you guys' relationship, right? Because you knew you weren't cheating.
Yeah. I don't think Darcy's ever forgiven Ravi.
And why would you?
Exactly. Are we doing both of the questions now or?
Let's do just one for now. We'll circle back.
Sweet ass.
Sorry, Lauren's name again.
Oh, Niamh.
Niamh with
Yeah,
like a V.
Yeah, with a V.
Okay, Niamh. What have you got for me?
I have. You've been a wallflower all your life, but someone has finally noticed you. Give them a string. I'm totally fine if that's like someone noticed me at like during high school, or I don't know. Yeah, I'm open to interpretation.
Sorry, what was the thing again? I was too busy making jokes in chat.
No
Someone has
problem.
noticed Niamh.
Yes. I've been a wallflower all my life, but someone has finally noticed me. Give them a string.
I can see that for Xander.
Awesome.
So what about Niamh? Not necessarily drew you in, but caught your eye.
I think it's that way that she like found a way to take all of the awkwardness and the sort of shy and wanting to retract from people things and turned it into like ways to connect with people and ways to make herself important to people.
Aww.
I think conversely before I'd just sort of written her off as a lost case of like, what's even the point? Like, she can't even reach outside of herself. So, I mean, where's that going to go?
Totally.
So it's sort of that thing of like, he sees you for the things you want to be seen for, but he was also awful to you before.
Yeah. And I blame you. Like, I for sure took part in like a high school like talent show or like music evening or something, like with a ukulele with like full on braces and stuff. It did like covers.
Oh my god.
Probably did covers of whatever awful bands were popular at the time, whatever was the set.
So you're thinking this is definitely a more recent thing?
Yeah, I think so. Sort of a change between like high school and now.
Okay. So have you guys been in contact since you graduated? Or when would this have happened?
Are you like
You've
touring around, or even if it's local?
Probably like I probably have like an album on Spotify with like less than 100 like hits or whatever. And then yeah, probably mostly local touring. I perhaps like came back and did something in Ohio. Like that could be a thing too. Depends upon where you'd like to be based. Your gorgeous Bedlam self.
Sort of around anywhere. So like, what's the biggest place that you played?
That's a good question. Ooh. I think like she probably got to headline for like a band that was a little bit bigger, maybe like a venue that sort of seated like 150, 200 people, like not massive, but like sort of like a town hall concert kind of thing.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely would have been at that. Just sort of like there in your fan section, like rocking out in the front, weirdly singing along to some of your songs.
I love that.
So what did you think about that, Niamh? Because this is someone who didn't really, like, you guys didn't have much of a relationship in high school, and then suddenly there he is.
Oh, good
How did you
question.
guys make this into something a little bit more meaningful?
Well, I have a question. Like if Xander is kind of like a bedlammy escaping into different portals kind of thing, was it like we had eye contact while I was playing and I tried to catch you afterwards, but then you disappeared and I never quite got to tell you like how much it meant that you came, or do you think we had like discourse? Do you think we were like a
I think there was some connection in there, but yeah, I sort of like that idea of like running from one disaster, being chased to another sort of thing. You caught him in between stories.
ooh, nice.
And there was like a couple of hours one night that seemed to stretch on for forever, but then like he had to run. There was a white rabbit or something.
I love that so much.
Xander, was that the only time you saw her in concert?
No, but I mean, like, I didn't want her to think I was like stalking or anything. It's not like there's only so many times you can show up in a tiny bar and not stand out.
Especially looking the way you do. All right. And Marc-Evan.
My first backstory is about my gang. I need to name 3 side members or side characters who are members of my gang and gain a string on each of them. I've given them names. They are Amr, Demi, and Tom. Present day, Amr is our fashion coordinator for the makeover show, and like I think that I don't know how much you need on the strings for these. I may just like fill these in as kind of as we go. But I think like Amr had like a really bad like facial hair situation growing up, and like Marc-Evan probably had to convince him, hey, that mustache is a really bad idea. Just doesn't work on you, and I think that like at the I think the string is probably coming from like shaving that off at an opportune time, like before the the classic senior photo shoot, right? And I'll come up with something for Demi and Tom, but
Yeah,
but
I
I'll
mean
also
these are people that you've been working with for the last years, it sounds like.
yeah, I don't think that we had like a lot of like a ton of distance, you know. I think well, let's see. I'm gonna throw another one out here. I'm gonna say Demi Demi was gonna take a gap year and did, but then I talked him into coming into the liberal arts school like the next year after. I don't know if he actually finished his degree though before we all moved to Los Angeles. So yeah, we took a gap year. We've got a bad mustache, and then Tom, I'm not sure about yet. I'll think about Tom. But yeah, that is my gang: Amr, Demi, and Tom.
Who is your favorite?
And who's my favorite?
Or who are you closest to?
I'm probably closest to I'm closest to Demi because like I had to talk him into coming, you know, to coming to school, and like that was a rough year, like trying to like get him like into the swing of things, like after like me and Amr and Tom like already kind of like knew what was going on campus. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move Demi to the top of the list here. Sorry, Amr. There's a pecking order. What else can I tell you?
What does Demi know about you that the others don't?
Ooh. I think that what Demi knows about me. Is this from high school or from the intervening period?
If you've been hanging out with these guys for the past 10 years, anytime you like.
Okay. I would also like love to entertain suggestions if anyone has like a great like some great dirt to dig up on me.
I mean, you've got the drugs thing. Maybe he knows where you get them from.
I do have the drugs thing. I was thinking that was more like I was leaning more into like the connected than the drugs necessarily. But I think I'll have to think about that because I'm not super into having like an addiction like an addiction plot or something in this.
Did you get into show business, for lack of a better word, like out of like real talent, or did you know someone?
Oh, I think it was definitely like that's what it is. I think that
Were you in advertisements as a child, Lauren suggests?
oh, that's really good. I mean, like everyone's in like advertisements like overseas and stuff now, so like that's not that big a deal. That's not a huge secret. I think that probably probably the reason why we got picked up is because like Demi is like the like maybe Demi's gap year like didn't have anything to do with like, oh, I don't want to go to school, but just like has connections, doesn't need to and like came and played along, and like I think that we've probably got this we've got this idea for this whole show that is clearly ripped off, but whatever, but it's getting financed anyway. I think that it's probably Demi's connections that are making that happen.
Okay.
So
So
that's something he would know that I wouldn't.
you kind of owe him maybe a little bit too.
Oh, yeah, but I don't think that I know how much I owe him. So if you want to, if Demi wants to take credit for all of the things that are good about my life right now, then like that would be a great thing to have happen.
I think I'm gonna give him a string on you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that a lot. Juicy. Okay. Ravi. Your high school photo. And then you now. What's your first backstory question?
I guess first chronologically is not the most important one, so I'm going to go with second because fuck the rules. Ha, I swore. There you go, Barry. The real important question, the one I'm dying to know the answer to, is you made out with someone a while ago, gain a string on them, and give them 2 strings on you. So who made out with me in high school when I looked like a dork?
Oh, that becomes even more loaded.
Into it.
I mean,
This silence is so judgmental.
Sorry, I was also typing at the same time. No, I'm into it. Let's string up.
Sweet. Okay, I get a string on you and you get 2 on me.
Nice.
So Marc-Evan, in high school you were cool.
I was.
You are cool.
I was, and I still am.
So Ryan,
I want to.
how did this kick off? Was it just a one-time thing?
It was probably like at a party or something where it just happened to be the spin the bottle type thing or something.
7
where
minutes in
you
heaven.
wouldn't have picked me, but we were stuck together, so you gotta make out. I mean, when a group of teenagers is chanting "make out," you gotta make out.
I really sold it.
What
though.
do you think, Barry?
Yeah, I really sold the moment though.
Like you were into it, even though I was a dweeb.
Well, I mean, I can't make myself look like I'm not like participating in this all of the way, right?
True. It would be shameful to look like you're intimidated to go all out in 10 minutes in heaven.
Exactly. No. If I'm the sun, like I want to like I need to shine. I can't let myself get covered up, right?
And afterward, was it just go your separate ways?
Yeah, it was next.
I don't think I ever spoke to him again, because at first it was like it would be awkward, and then it would be really awkward to be like, so I made out with you a month ago. We should chat. So I don't think I spoke to him at all in the intervening 10 years plus.
Yeah, that conversation can't ever go well, right?
So who friended who first on Facebook?
I think that I friended everybody. Like I definitely need for people to see like my pictures. So like I friended Ravi, but only like I sent invitations to I uploaded my address book and Facebook
And,
was
like,
like, oh, here are all those people.
everyone got invites to events in LA when they're still living in Ohio.
Yep.
And Xander.
Let's see. You know someone is more than they seem. Gain 2 strings on them.
I mean, it'd be hilarious if it was me, but I'm not offering myself because that would be silly.
I could totally see that as you. And what is it that you do now? Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say that I think I need to revise my live into Alito because what I do, I feel makes more sense if I pitch it as I made it big, I moved to Hollywood, I do payroll for movies.
That's cool. Yeah.
I didn't make it big.
I like the idea though that like I just assume that you have like you moved out to LA and you started working in movies and stuff. So anytime I've heard about it from you or from someone else, like I just didn't inquire too much and just assumed it was more than it was sort
Oh
of
yeah,
thing.
on Facebook I probably just mentioned working in Hollywood and like pictures of me and an important person, and I don't mention that like I wrote the paycheck. I mentioned that I hung out with this person or I saw this person at lunch. They were at a different table and they didn't acknowledge me, but you know.
Love it. All right, so I get 2 strings on you.
And question, if Marc-Evan is in LA and Ravi is in Hollywood, which is also in LA, right? Ish.
Yeah,
I'm from
it's a suburb.
California.
The
Thought you were from
California makes no
California.
sense.
I'm from Northern California, Barry. It's basically a different state. Did you guys ever cross paths?
I mean, LA's a big city, right?
It
I
is.
feel like maybe he hasn't noticed me, but I've definitely seen him around. But it would be too awkward to mention that so we made out and then I didn't speak to you again. So I've been deliberately not speaking to him, even when our paths cross.
Do you check into places that you eat in Los Angeles? Because I definitely
dork, yeah.
because I definitely would have seen Ravi checked into such and such place, and like I think that I've seen that and been like, oh, Ravi's in town, but I think that that's it.
Yeah, there's probably pictures of me with my incredibly pretentious like vegan quinoa thing from the very newest taco truck that doesn't sell tacos and only sells like bowls. I don't know.
Deconstructed
But
tacos.
Yes, deconstructed tacos. Horrible LA hipster food. Yeah, I'm the kind of person who would post all of that on Facebook. I probably have an Instagram too.
All right. And do we get to you, Patrick? Are we doing Brian's character for your first string? You know that
Yeah.
he's not actually a big shot in Hollywood? Okay.
Or no, it's because we're going from the sort of like high school idea. So I think it's that I always knew he was going to be something, and like I've sort of assumed that he is from what he's put up.
That's the sweetest deception. True, you could see the hotness inside of me all along.
All right, and back to Darcy. What's your second background question?
Yeah, second one's the cool one. Someone's in love with you and has told you about their feelings. Gain 2 strings on them.
So who was
So-
in love with you in high school?
In high school, back when Darcy was, that goody two-shoes nerd.
It was probably me, and like blurted it out at lunch one day, and then got up and walked away and didn't speak to you for a year, sort of thing. Oh, except I took your other
Before
one,
or
so it
after
shouldn't
cheating on
be
the
me.
test?
It could be somebody else, so I don't steal all your string questions.
Oh, you're gonna be so. They've changed so much.
I sort of love it.
Laura,
Or-
it's too real.
What was the other harpy one? Like if you switch to the unicorn for that first one, does it?
None of
Is
them are good.
You publicly embarrassed a powerful enemy and they're itching for revenge? That's pretty good.
I mean, that is pretty good, but I'm not sure high school Darcy had the guts,
That feels
at
more
least to do it
suited.
intentionally.
That feels more suited to adult
Yeah.
life. But like, if you want to just choose one, and
You could have like totally like what's the word I'm looking for? Like ripped into someone on the morning show. Like in your adult
Oh,
life.
I never actually got on a morning show. That was my ideal future.
Oh,
that never
okay,
actually
okay.
happened.
So you're planning it.
Definitely.
whichever one you like more.
I mean, to be honest, I kind of like the "I love you, can I cheat off your test?" But
I'm into it, unless you want to do a different one.
I'm not sure how bad of an idea it is to have all of the strings between 2 characters. I can very easily pick fights with everyone else for no good reason. I mean, that is my character.
I'm just shocked no one's fighting me for being in love with Darcy, who will kill us all. So, I mean, nothing can go wrong with this. Why aren't y'all fighting for it?
All right. So, and you confessed your feelings once,
And someone
Promptly
has
ran
strings
away.
on someone.
Mhm.
Oh, I forgot how strings worked because I was looking at other playbooks. Oh, and I gained 2 on Ravi. Man, nothing is gonna go well. So wait, I gotta know, when did this happen? Was this before or after the cheating?
Oh no, all of these options are good. Oh man, Barry, that's awful. Yes, I attempted to apologize, declared love for you, and then didn't speak to you for the rest of high school, because you can't come back from that.
Oh man, that is beautiful.
Such hard swings for Ravi. We made out. We never talked again. I love you. We never talked again.
I have a point in volatile, okay?
This high school is like your graduating class is maybe 100 people. It is tiny. So that is a feat. Into it. All right. Niamh.
Yes. Oh yeah. Someone makes fun of you. What did they say? They give you a condition and then you gain 2 strings on them. No, in chat, Barry said you had an idea.
Yeah, I was definitely going to volunteer because your hair is terrible. It's just the worst. Why is it like that? Why did you not do anything with that sooner? Like the there were definitely like a bunch of punk kids like in the school like coloring their hair and stuff, and like I really wanted you to do yours green just so that you would look like a stalk of broccoli.
Nice.
It's really terrible. I'm so sorry.
All right. So, Niamh, give yourself that condition, and then you might promptly erase it because it has been 10 years and you have changed.
I like the idea
Or
of walking
have
back.
been.
Yeah, walking back in, and like the first thing someone says is like, what? So what's the condition exactly, word for word?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know what the condition should be.
Why is your hair like that?
Oh, God.
Tragic or stock of broccoli.
So, before we is this something you would have carried with you for 10 years?
Ooh, I think if it was like broccoli head or chopped salad or something, like some kind of like really strange nickname insult, it probably did stick around because I feel like, oh, yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pun also.
Excellent.
Can I type? Where can I type?
Oh my God. Yes, that's perfect. Because I was totally not stalking Ravi during high school. Super jealous you met up with Ravi.
Stalker.
That's perfect. Yeah, I feel like that's for sure a nickname I can carry around. Like I think like Niamh was so an unknown entity during high school. It probably was that case of like, oh, like going through this like high school photo yearbook thing and going, oh, who is that kid again? Oh yeah, stalker. Like, oh yeah, I remember stalker.
Oh, the worst thing about that is that it's one of those nicknames that like comes up for like it was like applied for like some specific reason and then loses all context. And yeah.
Yeah, totally. I miss that so much.
I'm so sorry. But you gained 2 strings on me, so that's fun.
Excellent.
Oh, I'm up next.
Yes.
Figured that out. You find someone threatening. Give them a string on you and take a string on them.
I'd be down for that.
I think it's definitely Xander, right? Because like there is like you were like ahead of the curve like in terms of the look that you wore, like in terms of like looking older and seeming older when we were in high school, and now it's worse because you still have like you still got a little bit of that baby face that that doesn't betray any sort of hard living or anything like that.
Yeah. I think there's also an element of like, he never had any time for your bullshit then. He doesn't have any time for it now. Like, he's never been particularly impressed by you.
100%. 100%. Take that string.
So I get one on you?
Yeah, we get one on each other.
Nice.
So in high school, Xander, did you kind of float above it all, or were you like a benevolent angel coming down?
I think it was sort of like he just sort of floated above it all. It was, the acts of good or support or whatever were very sort of incidental or accidents on the side. He just like He was sort of one of those people that assumed he was what he was, and you couldn't really touch him with most high school bullshit. Or at least that's how it seemed a lot of the time.
All right. And Ravi, your second background question.
So, in high school, I lived next to someone. Our bedroom windows faced each other, and we left our blinds up. We each gained 2 strings on each other. So, who lived next to me?
Is that why I'm stalker?
Yes! Take 2 strings on me.
Excellent. We used to walk to school.
Now, a very important question. Do your parents still own the same houses or have they moved?
I feel like I definitely have like parents who would have stuck around in Ohio, and I'm definitely staying in my parents' like on my old bedroom.
My parents definitely still live in the same house, and it looks exactly the same. Like, they touched all the paint colors, but they're the same paint color. And they expect me to be home for every holiday, and then also extra time, because don't I care? Why don't I visit? Why don't I write?
And plane tickets from California are gonna be a bitch.
If I'm doing so well, I could afford to come visit, and if I'm not, maybe I should move home, because I'm not doing well enough. So yeah.
And Xander, last question.
So my last one's fairly easy. You are strange. I'm going to choose to give everyone 1 string on me.
And do you think that, like, the social pull that they have on you, is that just because you're so noticeable?
What do you mean?
How are we quantifying this? Because like a string is social power for someone.
Yeah, I think that comes from that sort of accretion of time. Like, it's very easy to make him uncomfortable by talking about the things that have changed in your life, or the things that you've achieved, or the way, like, the hopes you have for the future, or where you are as compared to the past. Like, comparing his life to yours, even if you think that you're like star-eyed comparing your life to his, is a really uncomfortable subject for him that he tends to like back out of.
All right. So we kind of have a sense of who your characters were in high school and what they've been doing or not doing since then. So from each of you, when you come back to town for your high school reunion, why have you come and where are you staying? Left to right, Darcy?
Oh man, I think I've definitely come, like I said, burn the skeletons out of the closet. I've come here for blood. No, I'll accept nothing less. In terms of where I'm staying, I think it's got to be with the parents.
Do they live in the same place that they did when you were a kid?
Oh. Yeah, I think so. I think it's like looking slightly more run down. You know, we don't have Darcy around to do the chores anymore. But still pretty similar.
Okay. Niamh.
Yeah, I definitely stay with my parents coming to visit. I feel like they wouldn't have it any other way. I think I feel like a fair bit of my high school paraphernalia is in there, like some old posters and stuff, but it's kind of be converted into a bit of a gym. Like there's probably a exercise bike and a treadmill, but the treadmill has become like a clothes hanger. Yeah, and I think I came. I think there were a lot of frayed ends with high school. Like you kind of leave and it finishes, but there's no closure. And you've got to be a little bit curious to like see what everyone's lives are like. Like some people are in Hollywood doing real well. Some people are like, I don't know, same old potentially. Some people I haven't seen for some time come to my gigs and we had a really cool night together, but then we never talk. So I think that's why I'm coming.
Marc-Evan.
As far as why I'm coming to this, like, I mean, if this, I'm sure that someone tried to organize like a 5-year reunion. I said, I don't need to see any of these people that soon. And so when like the 10-year came around and like it worked out with like our shooting schedule and it was convenient to be able to go, and like plus like everything's like going really great for me right now. Like this is a great time to go back and talk to some of the old gang and hopefully see if I'm sure that I didn't think that I treated people poorly is the thing. So I'm not sure that I'm not sure that I'm expecting any kind of like bad follow, because like me and Demi and Tom and Amr, like we've been tight forever, and I know that like we were all real close in high school and stuff, but like we had other friends in the class. It wasn't so big a class that we didn't know people. Of course we've got to come back. But I think that like we're staying at like the one hotel in this town, right? Mostly like
It's
don't
probably
want to.
barely even a hotel.
Yeah,
Not compared to LA standards, anyway.
Oh no. Yeah, it's definitely not like outdoor pool in Ohio. Come on, what are you even thinking? But I think
like a rickety old ping pong table or something.
Right. It's more that like it's more that we don't like, it's not that we're not going to go see our folks. Like we're going to go see our folks, but like if people are like hounding us or whatever, like it would be nice to not have to have mom and dad go through that while we're home. I think Tom probably is staying with his folks. I don't know why. But yeah, I think that we're at like the one motel in this little town off the interstate or whatever.
So when you say hounded, do you mean because you're famous?
We're not actually famous, but like Marc-Evan, like, you know, we're gonna get picked up on Hulu. That's a big deal, right? No one watches Hulu. That's not a big deal. People watch whatever. I don't know. I think it's we can call it like half excuse to not stay at home and half like Marc-Evan thinking like, oh, it would just be nice if mom and dad didn't have to deal with anything if people are like, oh, these guys.
All right. And Ravi, why have you come back and where are you staying? Ryan.
For some reason, I heard Robbie instead of Ravi and went, that's a name that's in this game. And it's not me. I'm staying with my parents, obviously, because they could not stomach the idea of me staying in a hotel when I'm in the town where they live and they have a perfectly good house and my room is exactly as I left it. And why am I ashamed of them and I don't want to come home? And it's just not worth that fight. And I came back because it's my 10-year high school reunion. And you go to those. It's what you do. Also, they sent the letter to my house, and my mom called me and was like, so you're coming back for your reunion, right? You go to those. It's what you do. And I've got to go.
So you said before that you come back for like all the major holidays and just because sometimes as well, right?
It's expensive, yeah. If I don't, I have to make very apologetic phone calls and, like, send a note card or something.
Gotcha. And your room has stayed the same for all those 10 years and all those visits.
Yep.
And Xander, where are you staying?
I mean, I'll figure that out along the way, probably. I mean, I got like money for a motel if I need that. I'm definitely not living with going to stay with my ex stepdad. My mom doesn't even live in this town anymore, so I mean, what's the point of going there? And I think the reason why he's come to the reunion, besides the obvious, is that like he's not stupid, and the passage of enough time, 10 years is enough time for even him to notice. And like the 10-year anniversary, the 10-year reunion, that's the easy one. That's the one where people are still eager to come back, where people's lives are still sort of centered around those sort of things. And this may realistically be like the last chance he has to get all of these people in the same place together again, to be that like full experience. 10 years from now, it's going to be like half these people will be there. And 10 years from then, there'll be like 1 out of 5 there. I mean, Xander will still be there, but this may be the last time when it's like really like it was, just for a night or two.
That sounds like something he maybe misses.
Oh, definitely.
That's interesting to me, considering how above it all was. Is that not actually true? It was just kind of.
He was never really above it all. I think that was very much his sort of like peak time. I think as we move past this like 10 years and further, he's just not changing. Like all of his dreams and achievements are the things that he dreamed of in high school. And that's cool and all, but you come up with some way more complex and interesting dreams over the course of life, and he's just never really going to get to those.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's take 10 minutes, come back just before the hour, and we can do like a little scene, you guys coming in, maybe some hotel interactions if you guys are feeling that, because 2 of you are staying there. And then get you guys to the site of your high school reunion. See you in a bit. All right, so there were two of you at the motel, Xander and Marc-Evan and his crew. But does anyone else have a burning need for a scene? There's the town. There's a little lake, but it's mostly a lot of corn because it's Ohio. But there's like grocery stores and stuff, so you guys could potentially wander into one another, or two of you live next door to each other still. So, volunteers.
I'm good for drinks at the crappy hotel bar with
the hotel doesn't
names.
have a bar.
There's probably like a dive bar like next to the hotel though.
Nice.
It is called the Rusty Hook.
But yeah, I'm good with running into Marc-Evan there.
Okay. So yeah, it's like a brick on the outside, dark. Few motorcycles parked outside, like for whatever passes as a motorcycle gang in this town. This is where those guys hang out. Also probably full of the townspeople. They've got Christmas lights, I think, strung up inside for a little ambient lighting, but it's dim in there as well. The bartender's like talking. She's not really behind the bar, but when she sees you guys come in, definitely when she sees Xander come in, because she's probably been years and recognizes you, I think. Kind of tilts her head.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was definitely sneaking into this bar underage.
And can I get you something?
You know what I want.
You look familiar, but
Really? Has it been so long? I'll sort of like lower the sunglasses and stare at her.
wait. We don't have any of that vodka anymore. They stopped making it a while back.
Oh, my heart. Oh, wounding me. I mean, surely there's gotta be something close.
They have this blue raspberry stuff.
I'll try it, but only because you recommended it.
Yep, she'll bring it down. It is bright blue. Definitely food coloring in there.
Surely
We'll
it's
make
natural.
you a drink of some description. What did you drink back then?
I think basically anything you could hide vodka in because it's clear and high schoolers think you can't smell it.
And
It's like it is the drink of choice among people known to use the phrase "nobody knows I'm wasted."
but Marc-Evan, when you come in, are you alone, or
No,
do you have you guys with you?
I think that Demi and Amr are there with me, and because like the three of us we've gotten into our rooms and stuff, and we're like, okay, well we'll go out at like, what is it, like it's got to be like 10:30, 11ish, right?
In the morning?
Oh, is it in the? No, I'm sorry, I missed the.
Or at night?
I missed the scene setting.
So yeah, you guys will be heading to your high school reunion like 7ish.
Oh, okay. So we're pre-gaming then, right?
Apparently.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. And yeah, like I think that like when we come in, I think Amr goes up to the bar and orders like, oh, what did we drink when we were young and stupid? I think that we drank like 7 and 7s, right? Because that has like that smacks of just like high school kids punching above their weight. And so like Amr's getting drinks, and me and Demi like sit down and we're Instagramming the inside of the rusty nail to put on our feet. I decided while we were on break that that we definitely turned like our Instagram video feed into our pilot materials, right? Um, with like each of the different styles that we focused on. And
Are you
so
taking pictures of people in the bar or just the interior?
oh no, this is like selfies, and then like once Amr brings the drinks over, it's like these it's the filtered photo of like the 3 drinks under under this ambient Christmas lighting in here. To post to like hitting the old stomping grounds to the gram.
And Amr's trying to like get the lighting right because it's super dim in here, but if you use a flash, it just looks terrible.
What's the worst? Yeah, face swap. No, face swaps were gauche like 4 years ago.
And which one's the one that's up at the bar?
Amr was getting the drinks.
Okay.
Gotcha. I think as Amr's grabbing the drinks for you, I just flash him this like loving smile. I say, "Oh, Amr, it's great to see you. Thank you so much." And I grab what's obviously Marc-Evan's drink. So Amr has to make the choice of like, does he give up his own drink to Marc-Evan, or does he say that he forgot it, or what?
He makes a motion like he's going to grab it from you. I just like kind of chasing it with his hand.
And
And
I'm
then
just
he like
on
sees your
my feet to walk over to Marc-Evan and sit down in front of him, ignoring Amr.
and like he kind of pauses because you see like because he definitely recognized you, and like there's that moment like he looks the same, and he just kind of stops in your wake, confused.
So you're coming over to the table with one of these drinks?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, just like drinking from it and sit down across the table from you.
Yeah, and I'll look over at them. I'll be like, "Hey, is that Xander?" And like when you come and sit down, I'll be like, "Oh, Xander, it's so good to see you. Can I get you a drink? Oh, what are you drinking?"
Tastes like 7 and 7.
And like I look over at Amr and I see him like bringing like 2 glasses over, right?
Yeah, he like shakes his head at you and turns to go back to the bar to get another drink.
Yeah, and I'm like, +1. And yeah, so I'll turn to Xander and say, "So what'd you get into town?"
Oh, I got in sometime earlier today. I don't know exactly when. Just here.
I mean, it's not that late. Did you fly in?
No, I rode.
Oh, okay. What are you riding?
It varies week to week. This week it was a bus.
Oh, I thought you meant like. I'm sorry. I thought maybe one of the bikes outside was yours.
Oh, no. You think maybe horse?
I wasn't high on the list, but I guess I don't. Where are you these days?
These days, mostly New York. Sometimes down south. Sometimes over on the West Coast.
That's really busy. Like, what are you doing that you're traveling so much?
Oh God, what aren't I doing? What have you been up to?
Oh, well, after we left school, me and Demi and Amr and Tom, we got a like a really shitty place in Los Feliz, and so like we were just doing like little videos and stuff, and doing like personal grooming and fashion and just doing like kind of influencer stuff.
And Demi kind of leans forward across the table and like puts his hand on the table towards you, Xander, and says like, "Yeah, you ever hit LA?" And like he looks at you, Marc-Evan, and says like, "We should."
What we should?
You would be great on the show, is what I'm trying to say here.
Oh, what do you mean, like
the fashion sense?
As a
okay.
subject?
You don't think so?
No,
No, like a guest.
Xander's doing fine. Xander's doing fine for himself.
As a guest expert, I can understand that. Yeah. You want a fresh injection of like fashion ideas in there. I could definitely, like, looking over the three of them one at a time, mix things up there a little bit.
What does Xander have going on from a fashion standpoint?
I think it's very like weirdly traveling bohemian. It's like 2 jackets and a scarf and too many rings and way too many of either a necklaces or bracelets or anklets, depending on the day, sort of thing.
Okay, cool. Be like, yeah, that's a like. I think it'd be really cool to have someone with such a different look from like what we do on there. Where did you get that jacket? Like the fringe on that is so cool.
This one, I think it was Morocco or Milan or one of the M places. They sort of blur together.
So what's the secret? Where have you been? What's got you traveling this much? Like you should. I mean, it sounds like you should have your own show. Is what it sounds like.
I don't know if I could be tied down to a production schedule or things like that. It's mostly just, I mean, there's always somewhere new, isn't there? Another horizon or a doorway or bus leading who knows where, even if it's occasionally back to this shitty place.
Well, I'm really glad you're here, though. This is really cool. And like I look over at Amr and see if he's yet trying to bring like 3 drinks back to the table.
Yeah, he's got them just kind of shoved together. Like three you can do. It's okay.
It's just Amr was never in the food service industry.
Never had to be. So yeah, he's got the drinks. It's the same. It looks exactly like the one that Xander is drinking.
Yeah.
And like he kind of side eyes you, Xander, as you sit down, or as he sits down, and he will distribute the drinks, and then say like, "Not cool, man. Not cool."
Wait, what happened? What happened? We're having a nice conversation. What's going on?
I just asked him to pick up a drink for me at the bar. I'm not sure.
He took one of the drinks that I ordered.
Amr, come on.
Like I know.
It's Xander, man.
I know. It's been a long flight, and didn't even say anything. Okay, so you owe me $6.
Look.
I don't mean to be a dick. Just
Amr,
when we settle the tab, or you can get the next one.
Just quit big time. I got this one. Okay, I got this one, Xander. Okay, and I think that when I when I say that, I go to grab mine, and I'll give Amr kind of like a dirty like. Be cool, man.
He kind of gives you this look like what?
And yeah, like I'll toast Xander with his like 3.5 and 3.5. So it sounds like he's, or maybe it's just a 7. I don't know. Since you're halfway through it. I think what I think what I want to do is toast you like yeah, like I'll toast like growing up and finding your own style.
Are you angling for a move here?
I am, because like what I want to do is make Xander feel beautiful, because like I like what he's got going on. Even if it's not like suitable for like my gram, like, or maybe the show or whatever, like maybe like if we get season 2 and I can start bringing in guests and stuff, then that becomes like a totally different thing. But I mean, he looks good for like for being 10 years like I don't remember him dressing like this. And it looks good on him.
Do you say in the event?
I say, well, I said something about the like the jacket and the fringe, and I think that yeah, I think that what I'll say is like I'll tell you what, Xander, if we get picked up for the second season, like it's a really tight schedule, really tight turnaround between like the shoot and like we've got the edit and then like stuff's gonna air, but like it would be like, I think that would be so cool if 5 people from the same place all had style like this.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell when I'm going to be anywhere, but if we could set up something quick, like I'd love to come in and help your little show out.
Is that a shutdown?
Let's roll to make him feel beautiful first, and then
Yeah,
fix it.
I'm curious to see how that goes.
Yeah. I've got a string, and I'm gonna spend it because like it's
you
clear that
also
you
get +1 from your game, because like Demi's definitely into this.
Oh yeah. The thought my bullshit was bullshit. I'm gonna strike that, but because like obviously you have time for it now, which is interesting to me. So yeah, this will be +1, +2 from the hot, +1 from the string, +1 from the gang. So this is at +4. And that is a very high roll. It's like a 15. Thank you, Demi. I'm glad that he was here. So on a 10 up, choose 2 from below. So I'm gonna let you mark experience. And I'm gonna take 1 forward from that.
Forward to what?
It just says take 1 forward.
Oh yeah, but like applying it to a particular goal in mind or situation, or just
I mean, if he had a condition, I would have done that, but I haven't given him a condition, so I'm not going to do that.
like +1 forward to getting him on your show in the future, or
I think just like because I'm in town a couple of days, I think just like a general like keeping some rapport with Xander, because this is like a new thing, and I want to build on that momentum.
Yeah, like you've got an in with him.
Yeah, like this, already, like it took 10 years for us to sit down and like have a drink. This never happened when we were in high school.
I'm just shocked it only took 10 minutes to drive a wedge between you and one of your little worker bees that's been around you for forever.
what's this guy's name? Amr rolls his eyes and like, look, we get enough this in LA. I'm gonna go back to the motel. I'm sorry. And he takes his drink, like goes back up to the bar, and he's gonna leave.
I will spend my string on Amr if he'll stay.
What do you say to him? Or I think so. Spending a string on an NPC, I tell you what, bribe, coax, or threat will get them to do what you want.
Yeah.
You need to like have his back in this, because names. Xander took his drink and just called him names, and you didn't say anything.
Did you call him names? I didn't know if you said if the driving the wedge between me and the worker bee was in
Oh
character.
no! That wasn't in character.
Okay. I thought it was. He might not leave then.
Oh, okay. Well, then I might not spend a string. Yeah, but I am gonna note that that Amr might need some attention. So I'll write that down for now. Were you going to shut me down with the little show?
No, I don't think so. It was you're very he's very open to being flattered.
Nice.
Scene, do we think? Okay. Darcy, what are you up to?
Oh man, that's me. That is a very good question. It's like, as much as Darcy would like to preload for this horrific event that is about to happen, I think he's been stuck, like, chatting with the family and catching up. I'm like, could you just, get around to, like, fixing that cupboard? It's been squeaky and we haven't figured out how ever since you left.
Yeah, your mom's talking about like this project she wants to get going in the backyard. She wanted to like start a little garden, but like she hasn't, those little borders that you built, they're not holding up. And could you don't have to be anywhere until evening. Do you think you could go out and take a look? Maybe just make it look a little bit neater so I can do something with it while you're away.
Yes, I think that'll be Darcy's day, at least, is like the weary sigh and then getting like some gardening gloves on, unless I can think of anything else in the meantime.
I think, yeah, she'll come out as you're working and give you a list of tasks to do around the house. Just like asking, but also just expecting that you'll do it the way that you did when you were a kid. Because you were always so eager to help. And
well, actually, I think when I'm given that list, we're like, sorry, I made plans to meet up with someone.
Well, but you're only home for a couple of days.
Oh, but with the reunion and everyone's only in town for a short while, I gotta catch up with them.
Well, of course, but your family should take precedence over old high school friends. You can talk to them online any day. You never even.
I mean, I'd really love to, but I've already made
come
plans.
home so little.
I mean, I'll do it more often. I just.
Christmas.
Definitely.
And my birthday.
Of course.
And Easter.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, sorry. Easter. Oh, Lauren. Oh. Deep breaths. So, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, as you kind of
After lying to my mother's face, I was gonna go, like, send a frantic text to names Ravi and be like, quick, I need an excuse. Want to meet up somewhere.
Ravi contemplates excuses because his first impulse is, oh no, I'm on fire, and that doesn't work. So, he has to, like, carefully think out. I mean, we totally had a thing in like 5 minutes, and you're gonna be late, and it would be rude to be late. Moms like being punctual, right?
Wait, what did you say? I'm sorry?
That we had totally had a thing, and you're gonna be late, and moms are all for being punctual, so clearly you should be allowed to go meet up with this prior commitment that's very important for reasons. It's all very vague. You're getting like 50 texts from Ravi in response. Kind of flow of consciousness sort of thing.
So is this Ravi making excuses to me or for me to say to my mom?
For you to feed to your mom. He clearly has some, like, trying to make excuses to his mom baggage that he's feeding into to try to give you excuses for your mom.
Gotcha. So does Ravi want to meet up?
I mean, if you want to meet up, but he doesn't want to ask because that would be weird because, I mean, there was that whole weird thing in high school. But if you're asking for excuses to get away, he's willing to provide those.
Nice. I think that's what I'll do, is like show the text and be like, oh, look, see, very important thing to go to. You know, it's Ravi. You know Ravi, right?
Yes, of course. I just miss you is all. Oh, yeah, actually. Good point.
Roll the shit down my mum. I mean, I'm happy to. I'm very, very good at it. Is this happening? Am I rolling the dice? Okay, sweet ass. I got a fancy move with my advancement called Claws Out, where I can give someone a string on me to add 3 to my attempt to shut them down. And I think I'll promise to come back for Easter and her birthday and Christmas. Add +3 to the roll. And that is a very high number. 13?
That is enough.
Wait. 14.
That's a lot. So yeah, you say that you'll come back for Easter and Christmas and her birthday.
But right now, my friends are more important. Air quotes on friends.
She still looks put out because this garden barrier is not going to be done, and all of the other chores that she has been waiting 10 years for you to do are not going to be done. But she says, all right, go have fun with your friends. I know you won't get into any trouble. Just, will you be back for dinner?
When's the reunion?
It's at 7.
7. Cool.
So up to you. There will be food.
I think I'm gonna say sure, but probably not in reality.
All right. And Ravi, are you at home right now?
Probably.
It sounds like you're leaving.
Yeah, because I have a thing with a friend who's real, and I didn't make them up, and I need to go.
You may go.
I will go.
Where do you guys meet up? Or on your way out, rather, Ravi. Let's stop in with Niamh first, I think. Just not Alex's comment.
God damn it, Alex. I feel like Niamh is probably, as she spent a lot of her high school doing, sitting in her window that looks out onto Ravi's place, and I think she has like her like ukulele like that she played at those like school talent shows. And importantly, she's I think Marc-Evan's definitely got like a really, 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 really old like on an Instagram photo from when they were posting like at the bar, just sort of like further entrenching the stalker aspect to Niamh's personality. Yeah, so I think she probably like clocks like Ravi leaving his place from her window, but yeah, just awkwardly watches him.
Yeah, you see him texting for a good long while. You said you sent like 50 texts. You're muted if you're saying something.
God damn it. Yeah, there's definitely a text, and then a follow-up text, and then a follow-up to the follow-up text, and then like a clarifying text to that follow-up text. There was a lot of texting going on.
I think at that moment they've like pulled out Facebook Messenger or whatever non-branded messenger app and was like going to message you because you were hanging out there, and they like lost her nerve, and they went back to playing the ukulele.
Ravi, do you happen to glance over and see her sitting in the window there?
Yes, I was just about to say that I totally like look up and make eye contact, and so it's awkward not to wave a little and then go back to my desperate texting.
Which is even more awkward because like you waved and then you're just standing there and I can still see you, but you're not further engaging. So I'm just sitting here. Do I go down? I don't know if I should go down or not.
You hear the soft strains of ukulele music.
Yes. Oh gosh. And yes. And Niamh probably, I think she probably slips out of the window when the awkwardness gets too much, and like puts her ukulele on the bed that her parents have made for her, and then probably slinks downstairs, maybe trying to catch a glimpse of like Ravi, maybe see what Ravi's up to. Maybe maybe flicks a message to Xander and whichever platform we engage on, maybe Twitter or.
I like Twitter, yeah.
What's your handle?
I don't know. I'll have to come up with that.
Excellent. I for sure like yeah, if Ravi's like being a bit cool, I'd probably like open up Twitter and I'm like, hey, saw you on Instagram. Like, is there a thing happening?
Okay, I love Alex's Allison Zanderland.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, what did you ask?
She probably asks like, "Hey, is there a thing that I don't know about that's happening, or is it kind of like a pre like reunion place we should be at?"
Yeah, and you'll get back like, I don't know if it's really a thing. It's just me and Marc-Evan and Demi and Ami or Amir, and just a couple of things.
Are you trying to shut me down? Like, no, there's nothing big happening. It's just like all five of us.
No, I think it's sort of like not like listing it out as this whole big thing, but like sort of slowly putting them out one by one so that you like keep getting notifications and this sort of thing. Like, so are you gonna come? Are you gonna? It's this like leaving a bread trail invitation sort of thing.
Aw. I think Niamh probably tries to play it kind of cool. She's probably like, well, yeah, cool. I mean, if people are there, I'll maybe pop by before the reunion.
You're like, there's send like a picture of the mostly empty bar, like there's plenty of chairs, sort of thing.
She probably like, yeah, it's like, we'll make sure you save you 7 and 7.
It's the local specialty. It's all the bartender knows how to make.
Yes. I think
All right.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's Steve.
yeah, I think I'm interested then in seeing Ravi and Darcy meeting up. That sounds like what's happening.
Darcy meant, well, okay, it sounded like Niamh was watching me go downstairs and like talk with my mom about that. I'm going to meet a friend who's real, and I didn't make him up. I have friends. I'm, doing okay as an adult, sort of thing. And I'm curious if that triggers the where are my moves? When a monster sees what a normal home life you have, where I'm trying to convince my mom that I have real friends and I have such very normal problems.
Are you saying you're a monster?
No, I'm not a monster. I'm a monster with normal family who has normal problems, and everything is very, very normal here. I've never been a monster.
Who is the monster you're trying to?
Oh, I was going. Niamh mentioned going downstairs to like continue to stalk me as I was, heading downstairs to leave. And my house is aggressively normal for, a Hindu family in Ohio.
Niamh, you think that qualifies?
Yeah, it's totally up to Lauren if this triggers making you pointing out how normal my home life is versus yours. I don't know how normal yours is.
I think it does, yeah, for sure. That was very normal adult. I'm definitely giving you the condition delicious.
Yes, I am, as the kids would say, a snack, I guess. I hate myself for saying that. Anyway, yes, I'm going to go see Darcy.
Going back to that move though, because that's like how does that make you feel seeing this very normal home life? Because you're Your home life also seems fairly normal. So is it just you? What about this do you desire?
I think it's like feeling included. I think I feel it very much like a Sasquatch, kind of like in the forest, a bit weird and uh strange. And I think like I saw Ravi give me a wave and then turn to his phone and then like frantically text like other people. So clearly like he's hot now. So clearly like he's like understands how adulting works and has kept up with people here and is like doing fine. Totally haven't like looked at his Instagram or any of that kind of thing for his being hot in Hollywood, being successful. So I think, yeah, he seems he's got a bid.
Okay. And Ravi and Darcy, where are you guys meeting up?
That is a very good question because I think the only place in town that Darcy actually knew was like the local library.
The local library seems like an awkward place to meet up, but I'm also like, where would you meet up? It would be normal.
I mean, there's cornfields.
We could meet up in a cornfield. That is probably a very normal Eaton thing to do.
Well, that lake. There was that lake.
True, the lake is easier to point out than a cornfield. So probably like the dock at that lake.
Going back to the lakes again. Nothing good ever happens at the lakes. But yeah, I'm down. I think Darcy has like, as soon as Darcy like saw the text saying yeah, like just went straight to the lake. So I think it's probably like arrived, waiting, probably like looking for stones to skip but not finding any.
Ravi arrives and immediately starts like looking for stones to skip, but doesn't find any for possible deniability. And like, so high.
Oh,
And you can tell
hey.
it's taken him all 10 years to muster that so high.
It's been a while. Glad you hadn't changed numbers.
No, I mean the ones worked okay so far. I guess. Same to you.
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't broken yet.
And also, thanks for an excuse to leave the house. Which I don't need an
thanks,
excuse, but I mean, having one is useful.
I wonder, Ravi, does this feel like a keep your cool at all?
Probably. I have no cool to keep.
What are you afraid of? As you stand in front of the person that you kissed in high school 10 years ago.
Oh no, I didn't kiss her. I just
no?
declared love and then ran away.
Right.
I'm afraid that I will declare love and run away again, because that's the worst possible outcome here. I have rolled a 5. Actually, it's a 4 with my cool. Does that just mean that I do what I was afraid of? Or...
I think even if you don't say it, it will be exceedingly clear to Darcy. Darcy, you remember, like, do you ever, whether you've thought about it or at all in the intervening 10 years or not, it comes back to you now, watching how clearly nervous Ravi is, I think. And you remember when he told you that he loved you and then ran away. And the look on his face now.
I think Darcy just stops mid-sentence. And it's like, I always wanted to ask, why did you do it?
You had the best grades, and I mean, why cheat from, like, the worst? I mean, the best is the logical choice, right? You were always good at stuff. I knew your essays were gonna be good.
That wasn't what I was talking about.
Oh,
Why did you run away?
oh, right, that.
That.
Oh no. So I think this also triggers another of my moves. Where when you're alone with someone, decide if you're attracted to them or not. And I'm gonna say that, yeah, I mean, it was never gonna work. Like, I mean, my parents really want me to meet a nice Indian girl and, like, and also move home. And I mean, it's likely. And also, I just cheated off of you, and it wasn't. I mean, it. Our prospects weren't good. Okay, so the only logical thing to do was run away. He says, as if this is a logical statement and you will agree with it, which it is not.
Roll to shut down.
That is a 9. Ha!
Okay, choose one from below, but you get a condition in return.
Oh no, I have to choose things. Where did I stick the moves? I have too many tabs.
They lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, gain one on them. They gain a condition or you take one forward.
I'll say they lose a string on me because he has so many strings on me. Oh my goodness.
That is a very fair choice. Pretty sure I can still get at least like a +7 on a shut you down, though.
And Darcy, you get to give him a condition.
Oh. I think straightforward is good. Let's go for like a runaway.
And what do you say to this?
Oh. I mean, it's like that's your excuse. That's why you never talk to me for the rest of high school.
I mean, after like a week, it was really awkward, and then after like a month, it was extra awkward, and after 10 years, I mean, how do you even start? Unless someone texts you saying, please give me an excuse to, leave the house, and then you kind of have to. I mean, you have to. Again, he says, like, this is completely illogical, and you will understand his position here.
I think I'm starting to understand why you got straight B pluses.
Ouch. Is that a shutdown?
I think it is. You know what? Just because I love this move so much, I'm going to give you a string on me and add a +3. And I think in terms of like the social power that conveys is just like this hurt in Darcy's eyes.
And you see that, Ravi. But what do you say to shut him down?
I just like that line about the I see where you're getting why you got straight B pluses. I feel like it's a good shot to the gut.
All right. And what'd you get?
That is a 13.
You don't even need it.
I didn't need it, but it's fun to use.
All right, choose again.
Make no sense to make Ravi lose a string on me. So I might take +1 forward.
What to?
Oh. That is a very, very good question. I kind of want to leave it something vague, like making up for lost time, and then it can be like romance or murder.
All right, and Ravi, B pluses.
I had a question, though, because Alex took the Defiler move, which means extra results. So what extra result do you want?
I have that move, don't I? Oh, boy. I mean, the condition befouled just sounds pretty fun, so let's roll with that.
I have 4 conditions already. Am I winning?
Yes.
Yes, I'm befouled with the stench of Ohio. The chat is right. Anyway, what was your question,
never
Sarah?
goes away.
Oh, well, I mean, straight B pluses.
He overestimates my grade. I was a B- sort of kid.
That was the real shutdown.
Barry's probably right that I drew the plus onto the report card, so my parents would be proud of me. But not, because it wasn't an A.
Do you say that out loud?
Do I say which part of that out loud?
The part about making the minuses into pluses.
Oh no, Lauren's line is so awful that I'm definitely using it like a reverse shutdown. Joke's on you, I drew that plus on. It's not a shutdown, I just make myself look worse.
That you're talking shit about yourself to someone.
Oh, I am! Oh my goodness. So, do you want to argue and give me a string? or let it slide and shut me down again.
Been so.
I'm glad you froze because it gave me a second to cough the laughs out of my system.
Alex.
It's that freeze frame before murder in an action movie.
This is an amusing freeze frame though. All right. Let's leave that there for now. We will definitely return and cut back to Rusty Hook, where Niamh that's where you're headed, right? All right, so yeah, you rock up. Looks exactly the same as it did when you were a kid. High school's probably like down the street or something. Some motorcycles out front, dim interior, Christmas lights. If you ever made it in here before you left, this is all familiar. And you see Marc-Evan and his guys and Xander, one of the tables in the back, I think.
I think Niamh for sure walks in, and you can tell that she's like put a bit of care into her makeup. Like she's like trying to represent herself at this thing. I think she has like a bit of a red lip going. She probably has like her mascara is probably a little bit too like flashy for just like a 10-year-old high school reunion, and her hair is probably like plumped up enough, rocking some good Seattle aesthetic. But I think she is also sweating profusely as she comes in, just because she's so nervous about like meeting Xander again. And she definitely starts sweating when she sees Marc-Evan, who gave her her high school nickname, which I think triggers my move.
Yep.
Musk. You have a distinct smell, powerful, perhaps intriguing. When you break a sweat near others, the MC tells you which person is aroused and gives you a string on them. That person chooses a reaction below.
All right. Let me pull this up real quick.
I'll throw Marc-Evan's name into the hat for who is aroused by it.
Oh, so I mean, if you would like to be and save me the trouble of choosing, that is totally fine.
Well, I mean, you could just say that you chose me, and then
I mean, if you don't want to be aroused,
I'm just
it's a weird phrasing.
I know there's other characters in the scene. I'm just saying you can choose whoever you want.
That is true. If you would like to volunteer, let me know. Otherwise, I will make it one of your people.
I'll volunteer for that because I know what reaction I want to choose.
Excellent.
So I think like when you come in, it's like the slow-mo movie shot, right? Of like the door opening and you walking in, and like the music is still like at full tempo, but like all the other sound has dropped out. And like when I see you and you walk over to the table, like I'm standing up and I say, "Oh my God, Niamh, I love what you've done with your hair."
And she like genuinely looks very taken aback by that. Like pops an eyebrow, and I think she like gives you a once over, and then says like, I could say the same for you. I mean, you were really rocking those frosted tips back in the day. I mean, were cool at the time, but I guess fashion, you know.
I chose that. I threw something in the chat. I wasn't sure if you would take I love what you've done with your hair as a shutdown.
Oh, I see.
Or A, make someone feel beautiful.
Either is fine with. I will roll dice for whatever, and I don't even need my gang to back me up on this.
You know what? I probably take it as a shutdown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna roll that then. This is with cold. That's 1. I don't think I get anything to that. I'm just a shit. So that will be a 6, unless Demi or Amr like piles on, because they don't know that I'm like, oh my god, I actually like that.
And you know what? This is like kind of you guys' job too. Like this is what you do, right? You go and you help people.
Oh,
and
but I don't know if they thought that I was helping someone. Is my thing.
it
Like,
sounded
it's just,
pretty.
like, it's still
it sounded
neat.
pretty sincere to me. So I think they will. What are you guys' names?
Amr and Demi.
I think Demi looks at you and like kind of says, okay, I do not remember people being this good looking when we were in high school. Okay, so we've got Xander and now her. How many guests do you think they'll let us have? So +1.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, then that will be a 7 on a shutdown.
Nice.
Oh, that's terrible. I love it. I forgot how shutting down works because I, of course, played this game several times.
On the 7 to 9, you choose one, but come across poorly. So I give you a condition of return.
Okay, so let's see. Lose a string on you. You have strings on me, but I don't want you to lose them. I want you to use them on stuff. They gain a condition, or you take 1 forward. I want 1 forward to like I want 1 forward to spending time with Niamh. I don't know what that's going to like look like, but I want 1 forward.
I'm trying to think of a good condition in return. Trying to think of a good 1-word thing for like stuck in time, or like, you know, you haven't like where it's like going straight back into high school, like, oh, you have good hair.
Class of 2009.
Oh, perfect. That's perfect.
I think just to make things more complicated, as that happens, like Xander also he sort of stands up and he's like, "Oh, great, Cerise, you managed to make it!" And he pulls out like a table for you, or a chair there for you, Cerise. And I think I'd like to spend my string on Marc-Evan to have the sort of like confusion conversation about Niamh/Cerise, and have it come out that like you don't know she has a stage name, and I didn't know her name wasn't Cerise.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah,
I love it.
And yeah, I'll be like, say it. High school wasn't that long. Her name's Niamh, right? You didn't change it, did you? Because like, I mean, new look, new you, right? But like, did you change your name?
I just like assumed that she'd changed it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, outside of Ohio, I go by Cerise, but you know, it's really hard to get away from the old days, and I think like Flicks will look at Marc-Evans.
Wait,
I don't necessarily know.
Why do you go by a different name outside of Ohio?
I think she goes like kind of bright red, and it feels like really embarrassed and doggy because you made her feel embarrassed and doggy at high school, and she's like, well, I kind of like, it's no big deal that I play music sometimes. and stuff, you know.
Wait, you're touring outside of the state?
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the point of a stage name, right? It's to like help you connect with the audience in a special way, like a controlled sort of, this is who I'm being, this is my persona, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, you can, you can look me up on like Spotify or whatever if you're really interested. I'm sure I can get a ticket to my next gig or whatever.
Like, have you ever played in LA? God, I'm gonna feel really dumb if I've missed this.
Ah,
No, but I mean, like, we're talking about setting something up the next time I swing through town. I mean, I go a couple places and I keep telling you, like, you got to get that Cerise name out there. You got to get on stage and come to these big places.
I think Cerisa like shoots you a very relieved look. like, it's like,
I think it's
yeah.
a little bit of like trying to save you, trying to make you feel beautiful sort of thing.
Aw.
Go ahead and roll for it.
Alright. It's hot. Oh, I am the hots. It's 8 plus 2 is 10.
Choose 2.
Tabs, wrong tabs. I'm sorry, I don't think we've seen enough of Stalker. I don't think that's been painful enough yet, so that stays.
Excellent.
Choosing make others feel beautiful as mercenary as possible. I think, I think you mark experience, and I take +1 forward in the sense of like, I obviously know more of what's going on here than Marc-Evans has kept up with.
I love it. And I'm wondering, I really wanted to also trigger like an icebreaker move here, but I want to know like Marc-Evans, what does it look on your face when like you hear this from Xander?
I mean, like it's that look of like, oh geez, like I've missed a lot here. And it's inquisitive. It's an inquisitive look.
Ooh. I think like yeah, I think Cerise is like, well, you're not like afraid of being out of the loop or anything, are you? Which I think is like what are you scared of?
Ooh, what am I scared of? I'm scared that
And
I'm scared that I'm not the most famous person at the table.
and do you blurt that out?
Okay. So when you ask someone a question below, they blurt out a truthful answer. If you want to ask another question in the same scene, okay, got it. So I'm sorry. Like fictionally, does Niamh ask that question? Does Niamh ask what are you scared of?
Yeah, I think it comes out kind of like oh, you're looking a bit like nervous there.
And I think Marc-Evan just says like, I don't think I mean, it must not have been in like the I must not have seen it on Facebook or anything. Like, do you have? I mean, it sounds like you've got like a really big following. That's like a big deal to be, touring out and like playing shows and stuff. And I just didn't think a lot of people got out of eating. That's all.
And I think with like Xander's help, Cerise is looking a lot more relaxed, and she's like, well, like, yeah, if you want to, I'm on Facebook. You can like my page or whatever.
I thought that I was friends with like almost everyone in the class, and like I'm pulling out my phone and like looking through, and I'm like, no, see, look, it's right here. But it's not the Cerise page, right? So like you can big time me if you want.
Ooh. Yeah, I think like what would she do? I think she laughs a little bit and shakes her head and like leans over to appropriate your phone. And like maybe gets a little bit too close, so like you can kind of catch like the scent of her perfume that she's like put on for the reunion, and then like goes into the search for like Cerise and like yeah, which I'm not sure if that's like triggering to someone on.
I mean, I will like.
What do you
Anytime someone says,
say?
can I turn someone on? Like my answer is always going to be yes, because it's like a good thing to do in this game, right?
What do you say to him when you hand the phone back?
She says, ooh. I think she says like, I can't get like the like, share, subscribe out of my brain. But I think she like her hand brushes yours as she sort of like pushes it back, and then I think she like gives you the smallest smile. And I think she says like, yeah, I think she says like, oh, cute, like you're going to be my like aunt's number like fan. Yeah, my 666th fan.
Nice. Yeah, you should definitely roll to turn me on.
Roll. Red's already been taken. That is an 8. My hot is -1, so it's a 7.
So you get a string on me, or I can either give you the string or choose one of the reactions. So I think the reaction that I'm going to choose is to I'm going to promise something I think you want, and I'm going to like follow through on the promise right away, and I'll be like, well, I mean, like we've got to have like a selfie for this, right? And like I'll post it on my thing, you can post it on your thing. It'll be super cool.
Why is your Instagram important?
And like I think that I blush a little bit at that because like I'm like I don't remember all of the things that like I don't remember our whole like high school relationship super well, but it is but it's like it's definitely needling me that I'm like, oh, I like one, I thought that I was the only one that got out of Eton, and now two, maybe I didn't. Do you want to shut me down?
Yeah, I would love to shut you down. Like our relationship is very confusing. It's very antagonistic, but also, that's an 11 on the dice.
Ooh.
My coldest one. So that's a 12.
Yeah, class of 2009. Nice. So you get to choose one of these.
I get to choose one from below.
I don't have a string on you, so you could gain one on me if you wanted,
Ooh.
which would give you 3.
Yeah, I think I'll take a string on you. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
I think it's like I like perhaps see in your eye like this. That's really gotten to you. Like, oh shit. Like,
I still want to take this. I still want to take the selfie, but I am definitely I'll send it to you. Like I'll post it on on the Cerise page rather than like having to pull up my Instagram right now, because like if you see that I only have like 18,000 followers, I'm going to be very disappointed in myself.
excellent. Yeah, and I think like Cerise will lean in and she'll like pull Xander into for the selfie.
Oh yeah, definitely. And so yeah, I shoot it, and I think that Marc-Evan has anime sweat drop, right? Of like the nervousness of like, oh, this is what's happening. And like then I post it to the to the Cerise page, and be like, got to meet Cerise at the Rusty Nail.
I love it.
That is perfect, you guys. And we're actually coming up on time here. So I'm thinking end it here, do wrap up stuff, and then we can start next session at the actual reunion. Cool. I am going to stop the broadcast.
Oh, but I want to
yes.
know if Darcy shuts me down or
Oh, that's right. Okay, let's do that scene
argues
first,
that
then
I'm
we can
not
end.
a B minus. Good.
Cutscene. Back to the lake.
Back to the lake. Oh man. I can't shut people down like 3 times in one scene. I'll argue and give you a string.
Can't you?
Right, we've got to build up to like the climax, alright? We can't just have it in the first scene to get it. Oh, what does Darcy say? Darcy is like, I like, you're not stupid, but like, you get into these stupid ideas. Like, don't need to. I just needed somebody, and you weren't there. I'm sorry.
That's the shutdowningest argument ever, and I love it.
Gotta ride that line.
I guess we're both sorry for a lot of things then.
Yeah. Scene there.
I see it there probably works, yeah. Because as Barry said, I guess we're both sorry, but mostly me.
There's so much understanding here.
I've been waiting this entire time to just meet either Marc-Evan or Xander and just go all out.
All right,